Tonight, then put your little hand in mine. There isn't a hill or mountain they can climb. Especially in the playoffs. We fell for it again. The bullshit was only real for the regular season. So instead, we get the standard. I was deluding myself too. I thought maybe the Black and Gold Brigade has a chance this year. House money, anything's possible. Kevin Garnett said so. Shit, CJ Stroud was trying to hand them this game on a silver platter. Endless fluke bullshit that might have given Pittsburgh their first playoff win in a decade. And they still couldn't do it. The offense completely shat themselves. 3 points off 3 turnovers. That's all you need to know. Not enough holy water in the world for this shit. It was miraculously a 1-point game at the end of the third quarter, and it still turned into another fucking blowout. Jig is up, the muse is out, they finally found him. Houston's defense is what the Steelers pretend they had. That is a fucking swarm. That is a game-changing unit. They not only bailed out their terrible QB play, they crushed hopes and dreams in an instant. The moment that thick six happened, it was over. That unit probably captured Maduro in the middle of the night. Or were they the night of January 3rd? I've said it before and I'll say it again. Pittsburgh's a C+C plus team that pretends they're elite. That's why the same damn shit keeps happening. No, it's not due to the outdated schemes or aging roster or organizational philosophies. They just have to play better, that's all. How are you surprised by Rodgers and the offense falling to shit against an elite defense? They've been doing this all year. Did you see what happened against the Chargers? The Bills? Hell, the fucking Patriots and Browns. People really still want to pretend he's elite? The answer's simple. The Steelers can't eat soup with a fork, they need spoons. More washed-up former Pro Bowlers. That'll get them over the hump. Congratulations, you stumbled into another winning record due to heinous ref ball in 2 games and opponents repeatedly self-destructing to you. Tyler Loop missed a gimme kick to prop them up. Yay! Teflon Tomlin's gonna flex on camera despite trying to give the game away 5 separate fucking times. It's the 3rd time in 5 years where someone else quang ducked to let you fluke to a wildcard ass-kicking. Baltimore, you're welcome for the organizational overhaul. Doc Rivers in NFL form, yet the national media will pretend he's faultless. My brother's in Christ, he has near total roster autonomy. He makes up the list, buys the groceries, and makes the goddamn sandwiches! No, he's not getting fired, stop asking. Instead, he'll step down on his own accord. One of the last original cast members of Days of Our Steelers is gone. It was time. It has long been time. The schematics have been incredibly stale for years, and they've been winning in spite of his actions. He trusted years of his offenses to Randy Feetner, Matt Canada, and Arthur Smith. That alone gets better coaches fired, yet he managed to cling on. But even for all the non-losing seasons, this had to be done. RD2 was never going to fire him. He only cares for appearances of competence and nostalgia bait. He's so infatuated with the Steeler way that they refuse to make the changes they need. Mike had to do this by his own hand. And I think he realized things weren't going anywhere. If you watched him and his press conferences throughout the year, you could tell he was getting burned out. 19 years of a high-stress job? Does it to anybody, but to be honest, I'm surprised he didn't try to break Chuck Noll's record for franchise wins. Or Marvin Lewis's consecutive playoff loss record. When you don't win a playoff game for a decade, it's very hard to justify keeping your job. Worse, getting repeatedly blown out in them. Renegade went from a staple to a joke. The Steelers were stuck, and there was no clear path forward in this relationship. Andy Reid and Philly. That's all. To be honest with you, I'm not happy or sad or angry or bitter about him leaving. It's honestly relief. Like being a caretaker for someone you love who's been sick for a long time. Keeping them alive in vain, but it merely delays the inevitable. It's over. They're off the carousel. They can stop pretending they're an elite team in spite of everything saying otherwise. They can stop being insanely predictable with how they do things. Hopefully. They'll probably fall apart and be fucking terrible for the next few years at minimum. And it'll suck ass, but it had to be done. Tomlin had nothing left to prove. He'll absolutely have a bust in Canton despite the stagnant decade. Those early years with him were fresh and ideal. And he was absolutely the right coach at the time. But like John Harbaugh, that time is long since past. Now player attrition will likely come. Aaron Rodgers' Green Bay tenure ended with an interception. His Steelers' career might have ended with a pick 6. A-Rod was only here because of Tomlin. And I think he's played his last snap in the NFL. Cam Hayward might retire too. All that hullabaloo about holding out in the offseason to get pretty much nothing. Not to mention the money vets they brought in the last few years. Jonnu Smith being force-fed by Arthur. Jalen Ramsey. Even more. TJ Watt is a huge deal starting, and he took a big step back in 2025. The automatic Chris Boswell's gonna be 35. The wall's gonna hit this team hard, and it's their own damn fault. As I said earlier, they're stuck. The Steelers have desperately tried to keep the window open like the Saints, and it merely resulted in failure. They didn't even come close to their ambitions. The end of an era's here, and it's a bittersweet feeling. It's only the 4th time they've been in this situation since 1969, and I fear for the coaching search. I don't trust RD2 with it. At all. I fear he's gonna get lazy and just promote Arthur Smith or hire Mike McCarthy or something. So with Tomlin's departure into the sunset, the sands in the hourglass have stopped. The 2025 season of Days of Our Steelers has concluded. Farewell, Mike. We'll probably see you on Fox replacing Terry Bradshaw next year.